you. I just got done running, and I really want to talk to you guys about what our purpose is and what your purpose is. We all get so caught up on thinking that there's this one definitive purpose, that we have this one ultimate reason for being here. And recently, I started to reflect on my life and my business and just where I was last year compared to this year. And we all do that. But I started to also have this thought hit me where I was like, my purpose last year is different than the purpose I have now. My purpose when I first moved here is different than the purpose I have now. And I kept going back and like thinking about like what I was doing then versus what I'm doing now. What I was doing then versus where I feel like God is leading me now. And I truly started to talk to God about the fact that like, you know, I used to think I had one purpose, but what if I have more than one? Meaning that in different seasons of my life, I have a reason for doing certain things. When I was 19, I was doing something very different than what I'm doing now. Same thing when I was like 22, 24. I was doing different things. When I was a kid, I didn't have this goal of being a life coach. I didn't have the goal of having a podcast and all of the things that I'm doing now. I didn't know that was going to be a part of my life. My purpose as a child and as a kid growing up was I want to be the best soccer player ever. I want to do well in school. I want to eat my pizza rolls. Like, that was what I wanted. Now, where I'm at, it's like, I want every single day to impact people's lives. I want every single day to make a difference. I want every single day to have people see God in me. And every single day, I want to, I swear, I don't get emotional until I come on here. I want to be the best version of me. I want to be someone that God is proud of. I want to be someone who helps people. And every single day, for at least the last month or so, I've been trying to figure out new ways to do that because what I was doing last year is not working now. And that's where I started to really think like my purpose last year, again, is not the purpose I have now, at least not in the same way. Now, do I believe that I have a purpose here to help people? 1,000%. But in each stage of my adulthood, of my life, of my business, I've been doing that in different facets. And so as I have really been planning out my podcast and coming back and rebranding, I've started to kind of have a little bit of FOMO and imposter syndrome with my friends who are doing the things that I was doing years ago. They're doing it now and they're doing it successfully. And I'm like, why can't I do that? And then I have to like snap myself out of it and be like, because that's not your purpose right now. And that means a lot. Because I've said before that like if you're depressed, you're thinking about the past. And if you're anxious, you're thinking about the future. And the times that I've gotten sad is the times that I've thought about what I was doing a couple years ago and the fact that I'm not doing it now. But I'm not the same girl I was a couple of years ago. I'm different in multiple ways. I'm in a different state. I have different friends. I have a different mindset. I have a different sense of clarity. I have a different relationship with God. I'm in a different church. I have an amazing boyfriend now that I didn't have before. And so all the things that I'm looking back on in the past thinking like, man, I wish I was still doing that. Man, all the things. I'm like sitting here going, how can I wish I was still doing that when I'm not that girl? And I'm glad I'm not. I've grown, I've changed, I've matured. I'm spiritually more mature. I'm emotionally more mature. I'm emotionally more aware. Like I said, I have great friends. I have a Bible study now that I didn't have before. I have so many different things. And so why am I so stuck on the past? Why? Well, let me tell you what God told me. He enlightened me with the fact that you get so stuck on the past because the devil wants to keep you there. Because as God is growing us and maturing us and changing our lives and helping us truly walk the path we're meant to walk, the devil's going to make us sad that we're not where we used to be and think that it's in a negative way, which I don't know what you lost. I don't know where you're at right now, but I can promise you, you are not the person that you used to be. And instead of seeing that as a negative, I want you to think of that as a positive. You know things now that you didn't know then. And that's a great thing. And it may hurt a little bit, but that's still a great thing. So don't get so stuck on thinking that you have one purpose and one purpose only. You're in a new season of life, and your purpose may have changed. It may have evolved. So start asking God to reveal to you what you need to do in this season of your life. And that might help you out more than you think.